Welcome! Feliz cumpleaños, Piotr. Thank you. Feliz Navidad. Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
He's a phenomenal control player.
I want Big Elephant Boy to step on me.
Sure. If that's what you'd like, then... Ała, czemu mnie gryziesz? Co, bo nie głaszczę? To gryziesz? No taki to jest kocia miłość. Thank you for the sub. And I hope you can get your wish in one way or another.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Marcelo Pez Lagos, thank you too for your supportage. I was arguing with my cat indeed, yeah. Yorion Sky Nomad. Said most likely enigmatic. So what do we do in this hand? Not too much. We attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually we attack for a decent enough amount, I think. And we can draw a Convoker. Hello Kanikin, happy birthday. Hello Florin, thank you. I don't have a birthday hat or the Whistler, which is actually a terrible omission. Okay, BT is a good draw. They light on Emerias, they're probably mono white deck. Ambitious farmhand. Well, a 1/1 is actually a real card. That's not good. That's a good draw. Giganta with BTE. I can board out BTE and have Giganta. Thoughts on the Sodek list? Castle felt really good to me. I added the lands. I added 2 castles and I have 20 lands too. That's a great change. I've been losing a lot to bad mana base, so. Green white land. It's a plains that taps for BT. So I was thinking I can cut down on mana confluences because I have 18 red sources. Anyways, right? I have two Razorback tickets, 18 red. And I already have like 3 mountain, 2 castle. And so the mana confluence is mostly to have enough white, and this is also white. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 15 white. But I still have 15 white if I play mana confluences over that. Big brain mana math. Somebody in the chat came up and said that. And I was like, wow, that sounds so smart. I would really like to convoke 5 monsters, I would not like to play the Reckless Bushwalker. What matchups are you cutting BT and grindy matchups? Well, I'm cutting it for Giganta, I guess. So I'm cutting it in grindy matchups against Blue-Eyed Rakdos. That's what I've been doing. Made sense in theory.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Nice. We would have played 0 creatures otherwise. Do I take 2 Night Errand of Eos? Thank you for 40 months, Armek. It's pretty dank indeed. Or do I take an Ornithopter? I don't know. I don't think a deck like this will sweep me. Can tap 5 videos next turn for Night Errand. Maybe even find like 2 BTs and then play Bushwalker in the same turn. That's the wins. What, that's what you can beat? I mean, I guess you know 2 more are coming, so if your plan is what? Play more ambitious farm hunts, then it's not cutting it. So all we know is my opponent's playing a Yorion ambitious farm hunt deck, and there's honestly not much. I could approach it as a grindy matchup, and I could cut BT for the grindy cards, maybe Light of Hope because there are whites, so they could have lockdown, but they did play 2 mana cards, so I don't know. Go back on, but they have creatures. Let's do this. Okay, BT versus the Resolute Reinforcements is kind of close to me. I don't know if I can keep this. Let's see what happens if I do though. I shouldn't have kept this. Terrible hand. Also have 2 mountains in my hand, which is bad for Field of Ruin tanking purposes, which they showed. Charming Prince, yeah, sure. Alright, 2 more minutes, 7 more % for the scam train to go to level 2, chat. Can you do it? 2 top? Wow, crazy. Can you do it, chat? Eleshnorn, Mother of Machines and Ossification.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Seems like you can do it, damn. Let's exile Eleshnorn because at 7 mana she's kinda uncastable.
He's a
Thank you,
phenomenal
Armek. Thank you,
control player.
Gear0, Aiden0
Go scam train go.
At this point, can we get to level 3? Be wary though, nothing special will happen once we get there, but... Happy birthday, thanks, Mazuku numbers. So they shuffled away the second card they kept on top. Let's play Wedding Announcement and let's play Ornithopter now. We can flip Legion's Landing next turn this way. Legion's landing not so good against the like Field of Ruins, but they did spend their Field of Ruin recklessly, and they attacking. That's so nice. Like they have a battle to protect. I have wedding announcement, and you attack. Crazy. They'll probably play Mutavolt as a blocker. Maybe they'll take Yorion though. Nice. So my hand was kind of crap, a kind of a crappy keep, but it's working out. Alright, scam train at 50%, 3 minutes, 14 seconds. Which is literally pi. What you casting? They're casting something. Lay down arms on my 1/1. So no flipendo. But we draw a card at least. Which I think is better than... Okay, it was worse. Should have made a token. The Legion has landed. Not quite yet. Sarge, Mr. Canister is turning into a number today. I will miss human canister, but I hope you enjoy your life as a number. Yeah. Speedrunning AI brain integration today. I have an appointment scheduled to be uploaded into a so-called cloud. That way I'll be able to stream 24/7, as I will not need to eat, socialize, sleep, drink, or all of that. Happy 30th birthday, Canister. Welcome to adulthood. It's not 30 yet. Thirty is a scary milestone. Two years, mate. 2 years. Well, in 2 years I'll be 2 years older, right? In 6 years I'll be 90 or dead. That is all true. Alright, opponent's deck is kinda cringe, but my keep was cringe enough that I guess I'm getting run over. Or I'll be uploaded into the cloud, as I said. Which might be same as dying. For most practical reasons, purposes. Or not, who knows, hard to say. Hype train success, PogChamp. Let's say you got disintegrated, but like an exact copy of you gets rebuilt. From the particles, like same combination of particles, literally. Same net of neurons in your brain. Everything is the same, but it's not the same matter. Is that you or not? They explore that in Star Trek. When you get transported, you are being disassembled and rebuilt, so you are really the same person. But is there like a continuity of your experience? How would that work? Where does the feeling of continuity of your experience go from? Maybe it's an illusion, and that's how it can work. You can only ever live in the moment, but then if you have the feeling that you have memories, then you actually do have the memories. And then it all works out. Alright, turn 6, we deal second damage on Invasion of Gobakan. Uploaded into cloud could be the same as being born, yeah. So you feel like your existence is continuous. What is it? Jakob Geller has a video about this called Head Transplants and the Non-Existence of the Soul. Might be good between challenge rounds content one day. Wow, the meta had 1 day to adjust in a deck and it's barely playable anymore. That's cringe, yeah. The point is so adjusted with the 7 mana. 7 mana Elesh Norn. We draw a Giant Killer, then... Ah, okay, they exile everything. Okay, you win. Head Transplants and the Non-Existence of the Soul. I know there were some experiments transplanting heads onto dogs. Loser hater? Well, I mean, we tried Loser, it's just bad. Maybe I just play normal BTs on the play. The deck seems slow. Was Cleave also bad? I have not tried Cleave, but it doesn't make sense to me. I guess it makes a little bit of sense. But I don't like it much. 2 Castle Embreth and 3 Basic Mountain in a deck with 7 white 1-drops. Is that not a problem? It's a bit of a problem, yeah, but... Yeah, 15 white sources. Castle Enter stopped sometimes, but... Again, like, the changes from a deck where I had... Where we had 18 lands, so... The 18 land deck is never better at casting stuff than the 20 land deck, even if the extra lands are of castles. And I've played a quick league yesterday, and I had games where castles soloed my opponent's entire deck. And nice hand, by the way. Let's go Ambitious Farm Hunt. No lockdown. I don't think they play lockdown. They play too much portable halls and etc. So if the Castle Embereths are like, you know, added as extra lands, then you're better at casting anyways. You're better at casting stuff anyways, and I've had it enter the battlefield tapped. Sometimes it's okay to skip turn 1 in this deck, in all honesty. It's also better to keep Castle Embereth 2-lander than it is to keep 1-landers. I had lots of 1-landers when I was playing 18 lands. It just was not enough lands. The premise is we seem to agree transplanting a head will result in a continuity of that consciousness because brain equals identity. But if you copy paste a consciousness digitally, like into a robot, and there were two identical consciousness, what does that mean for identity souls? Yeah, that's a question that we all wonder about oftentimes. I mean, I guess since like the consciousness does not exist digitally, then you cannot copy paste it in a truly identical manner, right? If it's gonna be different, then it's gonna be different in some way. Do you like Sodexless or you think it can be improved? I think 20 lands really good in Sodexless. I don't know if I should keep this. Let's see if I do. I mean, I think it's close between BT and the other two drops, so that's like what the difference between my and Sodex list. I like BT, but I also like the two drops, so it's close. Consciousness is just electrical signals on your brain neurons. Yeah, but if you like want to... But there are the brain neurons, right? Which are from flesh. It's gonna be a bit different, right? There is gonna be a difference. It's not gonna be identical. Maybe something important happens there. Maybe not. You can clone animals, but they aren't the same even in personality a lot of times. Well, cloning animals is just like... Oh, gas notch there. Cloning an animal is just... making an... like another animal develop from the same cells. What's the English name for those? Yeah, identical twins. Genetics? No, I don't mean genetics, like the female reproduction cell. What's the name for that? Egg. Sure, egg. Any eggs in the chat? Bro, what deck do I build to beat the 4 spirit players locally? Probably just black red mid? No, play sacrifice against spirits. Maybe not, maybe there's something better. Sacrifice is not that great against spirits compared to other creature decks. I think it is not necessarily correct that transplanting a head will have continuity of consciousness, maybe in some respects, but your feeling of being incorporated in your own body may be more fundamental than you think. Oh yeah, play Phoenix against spirits. That's the best deck against spirits. I was trying to think of a deck that's really good against spirits, and Phoenix is for sure the best. What's the funniest Vine video? I don't know. So there were some experiments where dog heads were transplanted from like one dog to another body, or was it a monkey? Probably it was both. Just kind of gruesome, and it barely lived for a... It seemed to kind of live for a few hours, if I remember correctly. What's the funniest TikTok video? The funniest TikTok video I've seen was a girl that was missing an eye, and she was singing... I told that story before. She was singing Whitney Houston, and I... No, actually, was it a combination of Whitney Houston and All I Want for Christmas, maybe? It was All I Want for Christmas and I don't remember that, but it was like that. It was so that you couldn't see that she was missing an eye, because only half of her face was shown, and then like when she sang "and I," then she shown her entire face, and you could see an empty eye socket. It was really funny, and I think it's also probably healthy to make light of having to live with a crippling injury like that. So playing as spirits, I could rending volley. They have successfully transplanted monkey heads. Yeah. Who's they, though? Thank you for the raid, Rise, too. Forge Devil is the main devil. Well, not main. It's the elf killer. I don't think I really wanted against spirits because they play their creatures with flash. I think I'll cut Giant Killer and I'll Rending Volley. On the play especially. Don't care. Removed ban on Rise Overrun. What did Rise Overrun do to get unbanned though? Fine is the guy saying this is why mom doesn't love you because it was relatable to me. Good. If you get a head transplant, it might be better to break your spinal cord because no signals might be better than uninterpretable signals. Sure, portable hall. You're gonna hit the clue? Bro, you hit the clue in the spot. So meek. They sent an assy dick 2 years ago. Alright, fine. What a unimaginable crime. Could free this too, but how do I get free tokens? The unbanned message was just I'm sorry, okay. There is a now dead US Christian Scientist doctor who was famous for pioneering transplant surgery that wanted to prove scientifically that the soul existed in the brain. Soul in the brain and P is stored in the balls. That's for sure. All true. O, ała, tofu. Jak mi tak nasiadasz na jaja, to nie lubię tego, wiesz? Let's play Ornithopter, it blocks their creature. Seems good to deal free damage. The soul is stored in the balls, yeah. Okay, should be ahead this game. Your portable hall looking excellent, bro.
Control player.
If we draw a land, we use the castle and we just win with that, so that's nice too. Lebichito, thank you very much for 5 months of Prime.
He's a phenomenal control
Jota
player.
Costa, thank you for a Prime sub. What is it, Jota Costa? Duro! Monstacado! This can only block creatures with flying, that's just so cringe. It's Jota, okay. Thank you. Be careful, opponents could have Supreme Verdict. Yeah, I'm careful. I mean, I would die if they... No cap, if they were to play Supreme Verdict, I would get pretty wrecked. So yeah, we could have Forge Devil on the draw. Because they could play Mausoleum Wanderer on turn 1. I'm not sure if it actually is, like, great, but... Probably try boarding it in. I think they didn't have the 4th land. Yeah, you think. How do I board them in? I need to cut something. There's an artifact on Pioneer of the text all tokens get -1/-0. Amulet of Safekeeping, I think. Cost 2 mana. It's the Storm Answer because it gives you Ward 1 for Grapeshot and -1/-0 for that. Do I know that Foreshell has to deal damage? Yeah, I know. It's a bit awkward. Illness in the ranks. Monka S. Bros. Is this the Sodek deck? No, it's a Canister deck. It's similar to the Sodek deck, but... I'll board just 2 Devils against Spirits. I don't think it's that good. Against Mono Green, I would have it like over the volleys. I wonder what the matchup is versus Auras. I don't know. Auras might... How easily Auras get to lifelink. It's just all that it's about. I think end the festivities or Cyrda class is better. I don't know, bros. I'm trying to make this deck good. I'm not trying to die with it, so I've not been thinking yet about that. I played Giganta for when I board out Bearing Tree Emissary. I will never use Giganta against Spirits anyways, bros. You can't comprehend that? There's gonna be games where I board out my BDE and then I'll have Giganta. Like, that's fine. It's just a good sideboard grinding card. Probably mull this. But, yeah, you're like too good for it. You're like, oh no, haha, I played Giganta, idiot. I think I'd like you to use 2 Knight Errants. But maybe I want to put Buggy Mountain. What do you think? Probably not Mountain because of Castle. We need to draw something good though. Nie trap! Nie hacz się w mikrofon, no. Łapami. Green for Burning Tree. It's a plains that cast Burning Tree Emissary, yeah. Giganta for red black on the draw or something like that. Just for grindy matchups when I board out BTE. I'm sus of Razor versus Ticket over Mana Confluence. Why? You think I really need the 19th and 20th red source, huh? 18 is just way too few. Just happened to me in second game of the list. You can play just one Reservoir ticket then, if you're a little bit of a pussy.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Happy birthday, Kaneki.
You're allowed to do that if you are a little bit of a bitch. XXDSSXX, thank you for your wishes and for the sub. Is it your birthday? Yes. Unless you're asking anyone else in the chat. Curious obsession is unfair. Portable hall. Ay ay ay. Okay, that's a good draw. Tofu. Kurwa no. Kocurze. It's one of the few good draws in my deck. Only one creature though. Unlucky. I put back Raining Volley. Sad. Let's do it this way. I don't know if they have a Queller. But like this cannot be quelled if they have a Queller. Oh yeah, Forge Devil. Devil is in... Well, where it is, chat? Where is it? Happy birthday, Mr. Streamer, smiley face. Thanks, Urza 217. It's in my hand, yeah, I guess that's true. It was also among the 6 cards I have revealed. O, babcia dzwoni. Very good draw. Lethal. 8, 9, 10, 11. Not lethal. One damage off. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah. With Forbidden plus 2 damage. Create 1 token with haste and 1 token. Okay, so one with haste certainly is 2 damage. You're so right. I don't know. Is that the best use? Maybe. With Forbidden last turn, 2 damage. Okay. Oh no, they had slip out. So they don't have to kill me. 3, 6, 8 might be. Yeah, it's leave out the heavy spirit. For 2 mana. Or portable hole, that works too. Why they blocked though? I guess they had the portable hole. Spirit is broken as Waita. John Star, please speak in English. Very close game. So I would have worked out better if I rending volley the creature in combat. It's really hard to know because they are kind of these random cards and they also get another draw. Needed a slightly better hand in one of the games we lost. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Or volley next upkeep. Well, again, volley next upkeep is... It's better against slip out the back. It's worse against Queller and Rattle Chains. This isn't Gruul Scales. Yeah, it's not. You're very observant. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año. But moves to 5 on Giganta, so assuredly mirror. Feliz Navidad. Gramy Mirora. Yeah, but when they tap out to 1 mana for a necessary 1/1, I would put them on slip out of the back. It's not an unnecessary 1/1. They flash it in to tap my 4/4 with their Shacklegeist, obviously. It's a good 5 if they play Loxodon. Okay. 2 Cinderclasm is not gonna save you, Da Vinci. If that's like what you need to turn to, then I have bad news for you. Taka z galerii Mokotów koszula, kurde, no fajną sobie nosi koszulę. How's the Greasefang matchup? Well, Greasefang for the most part doesn't do anything for the first 5 turns of the game. 30% of the time it hits Parhelion and reanimates it. So there is a chance you're gonna die to that, but I think Greasefang should struggle a lot. So far I've lagged Neoform versus this, sure. Four color midrange is very good versus this red white army. What's four color midrange? Sounds made up, but the BTL deck, sure. I don't know. Well, the BTL deck has like no place on the first turns of the game, and I don't know why it would like be really good. If you don't have a Karate, then what do you do? Maybe it works out well enough. Mulligan, no Karate equals Mulligan. Okay, good. Well, they could play that enchantment, they don't. It's not the greatest in their deck. They play Caryatid. Do you have Bushwalker to kill me? No? Good. Yeah, also Giganta. But, I mean, you could skip Giganta. If they Bushwalk me, I'll die. What about Castle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 12 power. So 5 creatures need to get through. By the way, your deck auto loses to Eleshnon if you're not killing range. Assuredly, the strength of this deck lies in how powerful it is in the early turns of the game, not in the later turns of the game. I will agree with that, Johnstar, but also... Sure, like it lists 5 mana cards all you want, but... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Your deck closest to Omniscience. It probably does, yeah. 2, 3, 4. They didn't have a Bushwalker. I could live through Bushwalker plus random creature if I play Ornithopter now, but then I don't have a Paracopter for my Bushwalker to revenge kill them, which I don't think I even revenge killed them. I'll play the Ornithopter, I guess. And next time I can just keep creatures on top, and if I don't die, I'm fine. Jakim ty jesteś zbójem, co? stund. Fucking Kulek. It's Tofulek. Wrong dog even. Where pyroclasm? What pyroclasm? What are you talking about? Let the cat climb? I couldn't. I had to escort him out of the room. It's a bit much. Can you give Tofu a little trophy to play with so he doesn't play with yours? Maybe I should, yeah. I don't think Forge Devil is... Maybe it's okay on the draw, but it's not really. Giant Killer seems not necessary. Doesn't work against every draw though. Let's try it. What birthday presents did you get? Nothing so far. Wedding could be nice. In the mirror? It's the opposite of a cyborg card I would want in the mirror, I think. Chain wire findable with Knight Errant, anyone with me? Question mark, question mark. I mean, at that point, it's not gonna matter. Did I ask for Lego? No, I actually didn't ask for anything. If I knew your address, I would send flowers. Well, good thing it's not public then. No, actually, if I heard a doorbell and I would get flowers titled "From Johnstar" with love, Mariah Carey, then I would probably smile and be slightly happier that day. But I guess like it's just that. Can I donate one chest as a birthday present? Sure, we can also open it. When do you side out burning 3 emissaries in the grindy matchups? I would send you myself in a box. Okay. Understandable. We have tokens, but no payoff. I think in the mirror it doesn't cut it. According to the manga, Kaiba is 6.102 feet tall, 186 centimeters. That's really tall. But he is pretty tall in the show. And Yuki is what, 160? 150? Probably keep this and draw an artifact, I think, better than going to 5. Kaiba should have playing basketball instead of kill people. I see kill people. You are very tall, your secret is out, don't at me. Yeah. I wanted to try the second paper, but I don't want to carry 50 tokens with me. Yeah, you need a good amount of tokens. Also, you need Phyrexian goblins and goblins, because those are different tokens. Have I ever met a streamer or pro player in person and thought, damn, I had no idea this person was tall? Yeah, it's common. Like, you don't know what height people are when you just know them from pictures of waist or chest up. I have no idea how tall am I. So I just have to assume. I don't know what to assume. I've once heard that it's natural to assume that a person is roughly your height, but then it's surprising if they're drastically taller or shorter. Blood Clue, Soldier, Goblin, Phyrexian Goblin, Spirit. If you play Forbidden Friendship, it makes a human soldier, 1/1 white human soldier. But if you play Resolute Reinforcements, it makes a 1/1 soldier without the human type. So you also need to have different ones, especially if you play the Leozor. Then it actually makes a difference. Everyone's playing the Sodic power deck, lol. Bros, it's my deck. It's Sodic was merely net decking me. It's not a Sodic power deck, it's a Kani power deck. I could have won the challenge instead of chosen to go 5-3 with red-black mid-range and having extremely medium amounts of fun during that tournament. What's the card that deals 1 damage to all creature and makes it unable to block? It's called... I don't remember the name, but it's a 4 mana card, so... It's not too good. Cosmotronic Wave. Yeah, sounds made up, but probably tried. There was one in New Phyrexia too. All will be one. Hazardous Blast, yeah. What do you think will get banned in Standard? Bros, Bantok is not allowed. Isn't it 1 air? I don't know. Maybe there was a 1 air version of that. I want to draw a Traben Inspector. You almost audible to this yesterday and said you went 1-1-2 with creativity. It was a weird tournament. Maybe you should play faster then. 1-1-2 is a sign of there being some problems with you. Matchup. So bros, why do you just like keep posting hate cards for this deck? Like, I don't care. I don't want to hear about that. Why do you just keep spreading hate? And the festivities doesn't make creatures unable to block now. Just Da Vinci is only like saying, oh, there is an unplayable card I could play, and then I'm gonna have a good matchup against you. Sure, bro. So what? Nobody's gonna actually play that. I don't care. Yeah, you can sweep creatures in formats. There are sweeper effects that you can use to kill creatures. This deck does put creatures into play. Remember when Hogak was a thing, and then people were like, yeah, exclamation mark card, Tormod script. Oh, matchup solved. I'll simply exile your annoying effects. Exclamation mark, scavenging ooze. Ha, you'll never recover once I exile all of your vengevines. If only that ticket was a mana confluence. I could play the goblins earlier, but I would tap them for Loxodon. Anyway, so I will count that as a slight inconvenience, but it didn't end up mattering. Mr. Khan is Plains Forest Dwarf even in the deck. There's more red mana. But there is also 6 cards that cost colorless. This costs colorless. So it's not that easy for it to come up as a problem. Because I have 8 red 1-drops, so just line up this way in a 2-lander. But it was still fine nonetheless. Illness in the ranks is powerful, yeah, sure. It would kill me. Good. I mean, relatively good. Apply Mulligan to 4. Ticket over Forge. Why? I mean, I get to keep double red if I end up needing it. They have 1 card in hand, and they kept like double bucket? What? What a weird hand. Impulse, okay, that's not a very good 4. What is the green for? It's for Bearing Tree Emissary. A Gruul card in my Boros deck. Nice draw. To fulek. Nudzić się? Chyba ci się nudzi, co? Chcę porobić coś fajnego. Na przykład byś powkurwiał. Albo coś innego. Can board out Giant Killer. Red Instigator for go back ons times 3. Pioneer needs and Standing Brigade. Sure. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Does need an Standing Brigade. It's not free with BT. Well, I board out BT for the versus the grinding matchups, then it's free. Seems like everyone's playing this deck today because it's the best deck in Pioneer. If you watched the stream on Thursday and Friday, you would know that before. I was there when Halo Hopper was in the deck. Yeah, exactly. The Halo Hopper incident. Wait, what was this turn? What? Need a white creature to convoke, yeah. No, I didn't even exile Tough-Way. Went on to grab his favorite rod to play with him. With the rod. So he gets occupied with something else a little bit, but then he went to the other room and just immediately left. So he's not here anymore, so he doesn't even care. Happy birthday, Piotr. Smiley face. Thanks. Steak Boar? Go back on protects from sweepers. Go back on. Go back on. Go back on. Face. 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 Very poor decision. No, I think it was a good decision. I think that was the best card to exile. Why do you champ block? Don't get anything. What the fuck? Champ blocked. Sure. So now we have lethal? While we wouldn't otherwise. With a land we do anyway, so castle or bushwalker. Tofu! Gdzie jesteś? Diable. Demonie. Szatanie. No nie ma go. I thought castle was cringe. It's cringe, but it's just more lands. Why do I have the Aladdin castle on a shelf? It's Lego Taj Mahal. I have it because I got it for my birthday from my mom. Not birthday, for Christmas from my mom. Aladdin castle. What do you think about Legion Loyalists if the mirror is popular? I think Legion Loyalist is nonsensical. Maybe it's a sideboard card, but I don't know if it's the best sideboard card. But I have no desire to play cards that don't contribute towards convoking creatures at a rate that's better than just being one card. One card per one monster. Let's see the worst draw. What's the best sweeper versus convoke? It's probably temporary lockdown. It sidesteps, go back on and fully, so it's a bit tough. But it doesn't remove the convokers. The convoke man and language seems okay, it costs 4. Sidestep, go back on. 2, but it's 4 mana. Invasion is insane, confirm. It's pretty sane, but it's good against combo / sweepers. Pontus Last Reckoning. Well, that's not good. That's not effective against Gobakan, and you take a turn off afterwards. Does this deck have an actual bad matchup? Well, it's assuredly weak versus Rakdos Sacrifice, and it's just weak versus cards. It's a deck that requires people to have cards for it, not really spells, special spells, I think. Why are you on BTU with Giganta on the side? I board out Giganta sometimes, and then I keep BTUs in my sideboard, they're free. That's a reverse ticket moment. Alright, I'm gonna cut down to 1 ticket. What's the best and worst matchup? I don't know. It's more like of a card deck than matchup deck. But probably Sacrifice is the worst. But it also depends. If you have a Lockstone on hand, like if you have a great Lockstone on hand, then you can ignore Mayhem Devil.
He's a phenomenal control player.
I think I want to play the Knight Errant, even though it's not for 5. I can play it for 5 with my hand. Thank you for the sub. Wizard Robin Hood. He drove the clue. Nice hand. Okay, -1 creature because of my decision, but... Razorbash Thicket and Castle actually working horribly this game because Castle is gonna be tapped, and this is also gonna be tapped if I play my Castle on the next turn. So you go down to 2 Confluence, 1 Thicket. Cast and waste, that's it? What did you keep, bro? Did you know? Did your mulligan button broke? Let's try the Instigators. The Forge Devils on the draw again. I'm gonna cut them on the play. The Thicket is a plains that casts BT. It's just that. Going down on Thicket also opens up the possibility of Chainwheeler in the sideboard. I can't, I play Giganta. Kappa. What the fuck? Mr. Thicket. Stop. Would it make sense to run Chainwheeler for the mirrors? I don't think so. It's because 3 mana, your deck doesn't even cast it too well. Like, and at that point, it doesn't necessarily sweep. It might sweep, but it also might not. Sounds horrible to me as a 3 mana card. Seems like a great way to make your hands non-functional, non-convoking and just dying. Instead of convoking and not dying. Next you'll suggest Pass Riquet. Forge Devil not looking great against Trap Inspector. See, how good would Chainwheeler be in this hand, right? Think, chat, think. Probably have Rending Volley or something. If Trap Inspector is good, the format is good. It's pretty good, yeah. People board Rending Volley in the mirror. I think it's a bit... Doesn't matter. It's like it seems not necessarily better than a creature, and likely was than a creature to me. People loved their interaction cards, I guess. We still have the impression that Shrap, Blast, and Synthesizer are bad. That seems obvious to me. Like, that might be a deck, but it's not the same deck. Thicket coming in clutch, yeah. I mean, it's Thicket versus Confluence, so it's not that I would have less red. Because I wouldn't be playing planes. Any planes in a deck with BT. So I guess the way it's coming clutch is that I take less damage than I would with a Confluence this game. Right, easy 4-1, but it is true that right now it's mirror time, so it's kinda... We have to wait a little bit. So many mirrors. What about Thicket versus Mountain? No, I'm not gonna play 4 mountains. We have 15 white sources in this deck. As is. It's actually kinda little. Kind of few. 15 white. Simply make a deck to beat Boros Convoke. Just sideboard for End the Festivities. I don't even think End the Festivities would be that good against the mirror. Like, you see those games, people have Trouble Inspectors in play. Mayhem, like, the Devils struggle to kill anything. House Castle, a bit tapped, but extra lens was definitely good. 20 lens is good, and I've had it be good yesterday when I played a league at 1 a.m. off stream inspired by Sodex's victory, and I 5-0 in 53 minutes, and it soloed a game or two. So like a sorcerer speed deal 1 to people is gonna be good if they discuss Gleeful Demolition and pass, but they often don't pass. If they cast Gleeful Demolition and immediately tap for Loxodon, then your card is dead. If they immediately tap for Night Errant of Eos, your card is mildly effective. So, you know, a killer card would actually be Illness in the ranks. Playing off stream is like cheating on your viewers. Sure, but I also do not consider my relationship with my viewers to be a monogamous relationship with no space for any activities spent without the other one, so I don't care. Actually, it's fine. But certainly, Razorverse Thicket had two games where it kind of sucked, so it's not gonna play two. I think one is fine, but would need to play 3 mana Confluence otherwise, which is a lot. Sodek was playing the Pathway. You could play the Pathway if you don't play the BT. If you play Resolute Reinforcement, which is slightly better, but not BT compatible. No Pathways with BT in the deck. You can play Pathways if you play... Well, Pathways is not... Pathway will have the same issues as Razorverse Thicket, though. It's gonna be actually pretty bad. Even if you... Like, it's gonna pose the same problems because it's gonna be a land that taps for just one color. But with BT, it's absolutely off the table, and without BT, I think you can play 1, maybe 2. It might be possible that Castle is not better than Den of the Bugbear. And 2 Den of the Bugbear is... Is that... Why not simply a 1 Temple Guard instead of Thicket or Brushland? Well, what's the advantage of Temple Garden? Do you think often the issue is that my 4th land is gonna enter the battlefield tapped? It actually lined up this way in the game, but it's pretty unlikely. Sokenzan too slow. Sokenzan is fine, but you need mountains for castle if you play castle. If you don't play castle, then sure, play Sokenzan, it's good. Sodek played Clarion Spirit because you wanted higher card quality, right? Yes, but I'm not sure if that's actually is higher card quality. So yeah, I'm not sure about that being higher card quality actually, because I've had Clarion Spirit actually sack for me. I could see 2 Den of the Bugbear and no castle. It's more untapped. And it's been okay. I attacked with it once or twice. So it hasn't been bad. Then you're not bound to playing mountains. What's this about? Oh yeah, next week, me and Will Hall are commentating over the Mana Trader series in Modern tournament. So I'm gonna be on the Mana Trader stream together with Will. We're gonna be commentating over it. To next weekend, May 27, 10 a.m. and May 28, 12 p.m. But it's actually in some other time zone. And Will likes to make pictures like that, which I don't know. I understand fully. I think Will is a very fun guy, and I had great time working with him for the Legacy European Championship tournaments, commentating. But I think our senses of humor do not align in 100%. So I don't fully understand what he is on about on this picture. So I'll just be commentating with him from home. So look out for that. Then it's likely better with 20 lens instead of 17 or whatever. That's true, yeah. It's from this movie. Bad Boys for Life, okay. Ride Together, Die Together. It's Kanye West and Will Smith. January 17, okay. Are you Will Smith or Kanye West of the relationship? Sorry, E West. I misspoke. What do I think about the best deck choice for Athens Regional Championships right now? This. But probably not gonna be true tomorrow or in 2 days. Then with Mana Confluence, a bit poor. When Zelda time? No Zelda today because I would need to unplug my Switch. I played on the TV yesterday. Finally got to play some new Zelda. Wow, massively overrated. I think it's fine. I think it's a really fun game and I'm having a great time with it, so maybe of course I think being overrated is just a matter of your expectations coming in, which I don't know what those were, so of course from your point of view it actually is overrated. But I don't know. Tears of the Kingdom is a letdown. I was already not a fan of Breath of the Wild. It's a direct sequel. Thought is not good. That's interesting. Well, it's more Breath of the Wild for the most part. And then if you didn't like Breath of the Wild, then I guess it's not a huge surprise that you did not like Breath of the Wild too. But it's like also like kind of weird that you say it's a letdown then. I've had a great time. I have like 20 hours in and I haven't done the main quest stuff yet. Yeah, same. Just walking around. It's fucking around in that game is so fun. Yeah. Just walk around. Maybe I thought Zelda 2 was this game. Damn. Game of the year. This is a no-hit run. No, it was a hit run. Back when games had soul. Yeah, no soul today. Zelda 2 is a letdown. Does your sword throw tiny energy swords? I don't think so. Well, in Breath of the Wild, Master Sword actually threw projectile little swords. Notice how his sword isn't breaking, yeah. Does it ruin your experience when your like sword is breaking in this game? Does it actually, do you feel like it worsens your experience? Yeah, I just pick up another one. What I find more annoying is how small the inventory is, so that you don't break weapons that nearly fast enough, and there's just so much on the ground that you cannot pick up because your inventory, your melee weapon inventory cannot hold any more weapons. So always feels like there is way too much. Then why does it need to break? Well, it breaks and then you use more weapons. Instead of the typical game experience of finding a weapon that deals 16 damage and every weapon that deals 15 or less being useless for the till the end of time, and if you get one, it's just actually a dead item that you just put in your inventory and maybe sell and has no function. So all the weapons that you find from then on are useless items. And with the way with when they're breaking, they're actually not useless, and you're like, that's actually useful. I'm glad I have picked up this like high amount of damage royal sword now, instead of it being actually useless for me. All right, we can play a league with this, no BT, and we can try then.
He's a phenomenal control player.
No BT seems so weird in a deck with Bushwalker. Well, there is a BT deck, and there is a no BT deck. There's upsides and downsides. So in this deck we should probably play Pathway, it's fine. I mean, it's better than Mountains. Probably 1-2 basic still. Which deck won the challenge? This deck won the challenge, but it had castles. Can I get by with no confluence? Thoughts on turning some number of Forbidden Friendship into server exhibition? White is better than Artifact, I'm pretty sure. Also, it has haste. The mystery version was second. Oh, I didn't even see. That's funny. Carlos G, thank you for the sub. You're a true top G. I guess we can play with just one basic and we have 10, so we don't need mountains. This is Winoless Winota. It's not very similar to Winota. Was a top G? It's just a positive remark. I'm not actually sure, but like I picked that. It's probably not good to speak this, but I picked that part of speech from when Jędrek was going crazy over how funny he thought a video of Andrew Tate telling the viewer to drink not fizzy water instead of tap water, and I think he uses the term top G too. So it just stuck in my head as a vaguely positive thing, but of course we should not support that and probably should not use that. So it was just stuck in my head. So now let's try a league with this. No BTE. Let's go. Haste better than raise the alarm being instant. Yeah, it's better to have the haster, I think. Although maybe you could play like 8. It's interesting. I think that's pretty close at that point. Well, raise the alarm should be legal, why not? Yeah, it is legal on Pioneer. It's probably a bit better for the mana to have them split. Goblin Instigator adds value as a hit from Knight Errant, but I think it's enough worse. Not making a white token is worse enough. It's Flash is very good against sweepers though, so it's something to think about too. And it's possible that no Clarion Spirit 12 raise the alarms is also better. You cut the one drop, making your board unblockable with tokens. Spacebar question mark. Found it very frightening on Greasefang's side. I did not cut it. I never put it into my deck, so. So I can't say. I guess I did put it into my deck for a moment, but I have no interest in playing that card for the most part. It did help me against Greasefang once, though. But I have no desire to play cards that are one monster for one card. People will start playing sweepers eventually, yeah, and then having flash 2 drops is really good to sidestep that. Does Spike play Pioneer? Sparingly, so maybe we're safe. Friendship does 1 more damage on average. On average? How do you know? It's not on average, you don't attack always with it. Definitely playing a league on blue-white control flare lockdown main today, damn. I mean, you're probably gonna have to go 2-3 because you're gonna play against matchups where the card is not stellar and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, but at least I won against the one Convoke guy I played against. Cast the haste 1 attacks on the first turn. Sure, but you said on average, which is different. So it's certainly less than 1 damage on the average. You don't always have an attack. Do I even Loxodon? Yeah, I Loxodon. Cause shit happens and a blocker could be there. Okay, so you're making further argument for 1 damage of an average, or are you... What are you saying? It's funny. Can I tap it, please? Thanks. Nice Boseju. Could the rise of this deck finally mean the long-awaited comeback of All-Star card Convoke the Spiteful? Convoke the Spiteful seems scary, yeah. Did not land? I didn't want to. I have a blood token in play. Maybe I play Bushwalker. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. Go to free. It doesn't... Sure. Did you know I invented playing Convoke and Pioneer? I actually did know that. Somebody asked if Force Devil is for mono green only. It's mostly for mono green, yeah. I don't think it's against anybody else. I think opponent thought they were getting bushwalked to death, yeah. Borrow Client Spirit instead. It's like I'm gonna need to hold up mana, so it's maybe harder to trigger. Kervik the Spiteful. Do you consider yourself spiteful, chat? Does Shatter the Source do anything for this deck? Bro. I don't know if you're even serious. This guy is like such a terrible suggestion. You sure you want to suggest that? I can pretend not to have read your comment. We're about to play Epicure? I don't know. They look at 4 cards. Do you think they'll Greasefang with Parhelia next turn? Does Flight of Equinauts do anything in this deck? It's not Pioneer legal. Okay, they found Greasefang, no Parhelion. Nice deck. They should errata stoke the flames to do 5 damage instead of 4 if it targets Sholdred. Maybe they should errata Sholdred to... It takes 1 more damage, always. Flight is legal in Pioneer? That's crazy. In that case, I will not play it still, as it seems fairly poor. Any Equinauts in the chat? Mirror breaker always watching to the deck. I don't think it breaks the mirror. Why I kill this and not Trap Inspector? Parhelion 2, alright, you win. If only I had Legion Loyalists though. Is Zealous Persecution Pioneer legal? Sure. It's not. Do I keep this? Let's keep. Happy BB canister. Cheers from Argentina. Thanks. What's it like being 28? Seems the same. So far. Are you sure? Yes. Will I be eating any birthday cake today? My mom is coming later today, so maybe she's gonna bring something. Probably not cake. Have I played with Society in a professional setting? No. Canister, what was it like being 27? Roughly the same. The melee Parhelion 2. How can you be so lucky twice in a row to mill over a Parhelion 2? Well, they might not have a Greasefang, hehe. Are Liger and Lizard related? I don't think so. They took Razorvedge ticket, okay. My favorite cake flavor, sweet. I don't know, like Cake flavor? That's a weird question. Well, cake type, maybe. I like mini. Okay, it doesn't seem like like something that a person of Griesfang hand does. And Poland sweet is a flavor. Yeah, I mean, is it not? Tiramisu, yeah, good. I don't like coffee too much, but it's good cake. Good taste, good flavor. What's red velvet? Red velvet cake. No, szukaj, co tam znajdziesz? No, nic nie znajdziesz. Co to za smak red velvet? What does it taste like? Lychee hogak, yeah. Vanilla choco marble, I like that, yeah. When kept in Fotsies, I guess I can see it. Fotsies is fine, like this deck has cards of uneven power levels, so taking the powerful ones and leaving them with the weaker ones is fine. It's just red food coloring, okay. Chocolate cake with red dye added, damn. I like colorful stuff. Like when I see a drink like Mountain Dew or something like that has the color of like the most unnatural color possible, I just always buy it and drink it and I'm happy. If it's very blue or very red, bright orange, bright green, love it. So red velvet would be my favorite cake.
He's a phenomenal control player.
57 is the 16th discrete semi-prime, and the 4th discrete biprime pair with 58. It is a Blum integer since its two prime factors are both Gaussian primes, and a rep digit in base 7, 111. 57 is the 5th Leyland number,
To dance,
as it can be written in the
Inspector.
form \displaystyle 5 squared plus 2 to the power of 5 equals 57. 57 is the
move.
number of compositions of 10 into distinct parts. With an aliquot sum of 23, 57 is the first composite member of the 23 aliquot tree.
Prefer whipped cream frosting something super light. I don't like super sweet frosting. Damn, that's crazy. But I'll keep that in mind. Temple of Mystery. Oh no, no one drop on the draw versus Lotus Arena. We might be a tiny bit slow. Chad, why are you fibbing to the poor streamer about the red velvet cake? What does it mean to fibbing? Fib. Buida. Suspect or Trap Inspector demolish it, probably. Might be worse because of, I don't know, of Bushwalker. Funfetti cake. I don't know what's that. Play Bosseju. 5 mana pour. Very light white cake with rainbow sprinkles in the butter so it looks like colorful confetti. Oh, there are colorful cakes, sure. Surely opponent didn't watch your guide, why? Oh, they played Joint Exploration. Oh, discarded it, okay. It's turn 4, that's not that slow of a hand. Yellow cake mixed with peanut butter and then chocolate frosting on top of the peanut butter, cool. I'm glad you like it. Cake gives me heartburn. Crazy. Cztery, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't think picking Giganta matters ever. Well, I don't have Castle in my deck anymore. I have 2 Den of the Bugbears, so Castle will be a better top deck now. Read message. I read it, but I didn't read it out loud. Troll Ascetic F2W actually was a member of the Sewer Rats group for Philadelphia. Mod, but didn't requalify for the next one. Right, 3 green mana. Do you have Ultimatum? Kicked out? Well, that's not kicked out, just didn't requalify, so. Alright, I'll 6, so my opponent can go through the motions because many people will scope to the ultimatum, but good to practice. If you are not too familiar with that yet, so. I put back Lear because that's gonna be faster. A faster death.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Thank you, Amichówka. Why if Omniscience plus Lear they might not be able to kill you? Possibly, yeah, but it's faster to die this way, and most likely I would die. Why did he go for Lear here and not for the like normal win? Chandra can work as a win con in Lotus Field instead of Petition. Excuse me, not Petition. Mastermind's Acquisition, because you can loop Chandra with Balagad recoveries. If you have 3 recoveries, you can go like Balagad, get Balagad, then Chandra 5, Balagad return Chandra, play Chandra, Balagad copied, return 2 Balagads, Chandra 5, Balagad return Chandra, Chandra, Balagad return 2 Balagad, Chandra 5. You loop this way. It's infinite damage. So as you see, Chandra for Balagad, or rather Balagad for Chandra, Chandra now. We're gonna see a Balagad from hand, which returns two Balagads. So now he has 2 Balagads in hand, deals 5 with Chandra, and then picks up Chandra again. Happy birthday, Canister. Hope you're pogging. I am, yeah. Clarence Spirit might be fine? Probably not. Do you have any idea on what to play in Athens? Not yet. Like, I might play this. Do I like this Chandra version? I mean, it's just one Chandra version. It's just one card difference, right? It's like your WinCon card, which is fairly irrelevant for the most part. Seems like Chandra might be a better card than Mastermind's Acquisition, than a Diabolic Tutor, so I would say I probably like it, but I don't think it makes a substantial difference. Has MTG Arena or other corporate brands send you a happy birthday email? Let's see. I got życzenia urodzinowe from UP. Co to jest UP? UP Poznań. Only one. Skip. Urząd Pocztowy? No chyba nie. Uniwersytet? Ale jaki? One free pool in Genshin. No, in Genshin I set my birthday to the day after I realize you can set your birthday. Ale na przyrodniczy nie byłem przecież, nic nie robiłem, to co mi życzą. Maybe Cancer can crucify a Zorok. Maybe I can, yeah. A Zorok. Card illness in the ranks. Alright, I've got enough. 10-minute timeout, please. I don't want to see that. I don't need to see that. Keep it to yourself, like. Fine, I get you. Castle wouldn't really be better this game than then. It would be tapped. Point goes to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they die next turn if they don't do anything. But they did more than nothing. Well, it's not the best card, but I guess you can disrupt and then use the den to kill. Let's take the scrying. It slows them down a bit. Spend 4 mana on scrying to get stage. I keep trying to fight stuff in Zella, but they one-shot me with their whole Bokobusi. Well, then you need to find stuff to make yourself stronger. Ay, caramba. Now Kaneki thinks this deck is busted. Well, I also think that because of my free 5-0s, which I got extremely easily in a row. Do I prefer hard or soft cookies? Middle softness. I like pieguski. They are kinda hard, but not too hard. They're kinda a little bit moist. So if you bite into them, they don't end up. It's easy not to leave crumbs on everywhere, which I appreciate. Going to okay, that makes sense. I guess to place the Kama next turn. If you were to bet all your money on who will win Athens RC, who would it be? I would try not to have to do that. Seems like a really bad bet. But if I had to, I would bet on. Well, not me, because then I don't know. Well, how much do you win? All my money? Can I turn my money into assets before betting? And then will I lose my assets? What is Poland's national sport and do you play it? It's lacrosse, I don't. Lacrosse, really? Well, do I sound like I'm joking? Do I play CSGO? I never played CSGO. It's not released yet. Well, somebody told me that CSGO is not released yet. Or maybe was it CSGO 2? I never should keep this. Small. Aj. Cię wyjebałem tym mulliganem, kurwa. No, do 5 teraz. Okay, good. It's not good actually, but... CSGO, but go where? Where are you going? Lacrosse is not considered a popular sport in Poland. While lacrosse is gaining some recognition and slowly growing in popularity, it remains a niche sport in the country. Lacrosse is primarily played at the amateur and club level, and the sport does not have a significant following or infrastructure compared to more established sports like football, volleyball, or basketball. However, efforts are being made to promote lacrosse and develop the sport in Poland, and there are a few lacrosse clubs. Yeah. The only reason why I even know what lacrosse is actually not popular in Poland. I lied. The only reason why I actually have any idea as to what that is because I had a guy in high school practicing it. I was like, yeah, sorry, I can't go. I have a lacrosse training. And I was like, what the fuck? What do you have? He said, yeah, I'm walking around with like a stick, catching a ball. Can I ride a horse? Not really. I've ridden a horse as a child once, but I got a really bad allergic reaction to the horse, weirdly enough. I got a rash on my entire chest after that. Was weird. In the US, lacrosse is mostly a sport for rich white kids. There is a history of the kids playing lacrosse having very funny fake white people names like Dallas Screamer. Okay. Is that Ratchet Bombster? Silex? Lol. I probably don't convoke more. So I think this is fine. Convoke with the tokens. If I hit a 2-drop now I can't cast it, but... Well, here it is, not casting. Punished. Take me a... Posh kids have who have first names that should be last names, like Parker Forest Hunter. Is that common? Is that posh? Maybe I could have left one more and tapped an elf. Your deck's name is Hunter. Hunter 2. Actually, I'll ditch that. They let me. Good. Why do you end of turn use the Filigree Silex? Bro, you can untap and then use it. Bro. Am I cute for the modern PT? I am not. I need to perform well in Athens to get there. Happy birthday, Kenny. I also turned 28 on Saturday. Well, I hope it's gonna be the most beautiful 28th birthday of your life. They drew Nyctos, it seems, so they probably play under Karn this turn. Because their behavior seemed like a behavior of someone with many Karns in hand. Okay, they play off. Brov Nayaner is a good name. Sounds good, yeah. Double activate Nyctos before off. Yeah, yeah. Opponent is truly a mono green champion. That Filigree Silex end of turn pop. How is Brof a name? It's a pretty funny name. Reveals Bosseju. Good, fine. Fun fact, Madison was only a last name until some mermaid movie where she gets legs and goes to New York, and when asked her what name is, looks up the street sign Madison and says that's her name. Then all these rich people name their kids. True story. I believe you wholeheartedly. I never heard a story truer than that. Will I double queue the Vintage Challenge while casting the Modern Mana Traders Tournament? No. Will you? I think we play Loxodon. Bushwalker them next turn. My opponent is failing to do much of anything. There is an old Spanish lady in your GM hometown called Purification. What's your GM hometown? Your Game Master's hometown? 10 mana. Main decking the Leveler is so odd to me. Like an 8 mana card, really? That's what you need in your mono green deck? That's one more 8 mana card? I mean, I wouldn't say they accomplish particularly much. Missed up. Gonna take 1 damage from Giant Killer now. Use the Power Stone. Sure, I mean, I still take 1 damage. There is the phenomenon too called nominative determinism, where your name may pick your life path. That people with the last name Baker will grow up to be bakers, etc. Certainly. Piotr is the most popular male name in Poland for the most in most of the year, so I just grew up to be basic. Simple. The most popular name in my small Turkish village where I grew up is PewDiePie. Sure. Impressive game to lose for my opponent, but I think they needed to hold that Boseju to have live top decks. What would be a live top deck then? Alright, time for sideboard cards. 4 Forge Devil. Got 4 Forbidden Friendship, I guess. Something like Troll into Storm, probably, yeah. What does Boseju change then? What's the holding the Boseju change? Probably should get Resolute Reinforcements and not this. My last name is actually kinda similar to Canister. It's basically Boxler, coming from box, translated to English. Wow. Doxed. We have the sideboard card, but the hand's power level is a bit low. You can hit Enforcements of Ranger Captain. Yeah, and I can hit my opponent with Forbidden Friendship because that's ace, so. It's odds and ends, so called. Let's see if I top deck, if I keep this. I should not. I should mold this probably, but I'm not gonna let No! What the fuck, bro? What are you doing? Got so destroyed. Yes. Back in the game. Opponent reading the devil. Which build do you find stronger, BT or no BT? Not sure. I think I like the BTs. I think Claren, yeah, I think I like BTs. They make for higher ceiling. The devil's in the details, exactly. BLT is superior. By BLT, do you mean BTE? Guess I could play this and deal damage to Flower Inspector and deal 1 damage to them, but... What is BTE? Burning Tree Emissary. Bacon Tomato Etus. Feels like they're going to play Karn and die. Yeah, no free drop was odd. Oh! Opponent feeding me this 1 more elf to destroy. Don't even know how much pleasure I derive from this. Pięć, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, I guess just kill them. Making sure. Not charm blocking with the lair, huh? Whoa, condoning burning trees, yeah. Bacon lettuce. Tomato bacon lettuce. This deck looks so cool because it's not optimized yet. I'm sure there may be better tech yet undiscovered, sure. It's very possible. What deck was round 2? Lotus Field. Don't know what to set my pathway on. I don't want to make a decision yet. Okay, let's put it on white. Certainly the ceiling of like Clarence Spirit is high if you have the Ornithopter, but what if you don't? Try him into Mana Confluence? No, bro, what the fuck? Give back. LMS Valencia, all Boros Convoke mirrors, sure. I'll just play Sack with 4 meat hooks. I don't know if 4 meat hooks is actually good, like, they will have diminishing returns. Come on. I guess I let them block and that's bad for me. Shouldn't have done that. You hook your meat from time to time. What does that even mean? Let's see what it says, okay. Solid. With BT, we could cast a turn 2 elephant. Yeah, BT makes for slightly more turn 2 elephants, which I value, so that's why I like BT. Solar Blaze. Probably could keep the Inspiring Vantage in hand because if I draw Epicure I can loot, but This mana confluence is pretty hurtful for them. But I also want to crack the clue to draw, so pretty unclear if I should play the Inspiring Vantage or not. Cool. Castle still will be tapped. Well, I don't play the mountains. I play the Pathways over Mountains in this version of the deck. So I would likely draw a mountain instead. Three out of those four would be mountains. So if you assume just that the pathway would be mountain, then it actually would be untapped. They took my clue. What? You really take my clue? What the fuck? Clueless. Okay. So I have one card in hand. Canister, what's your name? It's Canister. What is Poland's national food? Bigos. Pierogi, I guess. No, you have the fat one, bro. This is insane. Yine yarı on deck nonetheless. What's Bigos? Well, Google that. I don't like. I guess I could tell you. It's not even really Polish. I don't know. It's a food. America's national food is sakon. Understand. Understandable. Alright, bro, you win. Congrats. Could have Raining Volley against a Nomnav deck, but I don't think I care. We have Ornithopter. Let's cut Clarion Spirit, 2 Ornithopter, and 2 Forbidden Friendships. Will I cook Bigos for the next Canicon? No, I wasn't planning on doing so, no. Terrible hands! They play Triumph, I go turn 2, go back and flip Gubakan. Is kielbasa served cold or hot in Poland? Well, that depends. If you just take it out of your fridge, it's gonna be cold, but you could heat it up. There's no one way that's really allowed. Or like depends how much effort you want to put. Do I prefer BT or no BT? I think I like BT. It just plays turn to Convoke a bit more often. And gives the MX Bushwalker hands better. I am known for my excellent timing. Fragavan was legal. Would you play it in this deck? Probably. It wouldn't be really particularly good. No tak, Clariona, śmieciu, no. Zajebiście zrobiłeś. Super, kurwa. Wygrałeś, wygrałeś. Zasłużona wygrana, nie? No BT and I go 2-2 immediately because I get mana screwed. I wish this deck had Mem Knight and Mox Opal. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Ragavan without removal is kinda blank. What is Poland's most famous band? Koma. Ich troje. Behemoth. Behemoth? Behemoth się mówi. It's Polish, so Behemoth, not Behemoth. Golet's Orchestra? Yeah, it's pretty well known too. How do you pronounce Behemoth? Well, if you say it in English, you're gonna say Behemoth. But if you say it with a Polish accent, you're gonna say Behemoth. Behemoth. Repeat after me. Behemoth. Repeat after me. Poszedłem na koncert Behemota. Poszedłem na koncert Behemota. That's what you would say if you went to a show. Bless you. See, Zer gets it. Do you think they'll have Greasefang next turn? There's no way, they never do. What? Not saying Thopter for Wacker. I'll draw spells. If I want to win, I'll draw spells. Now I want to play 19 lands in the stack after flooding a few times. One drop. Kurwa. You win. I'm mad. I've seen clips on YouTube of Nergal as a judge on the Polish Voice, which is nuts to me. It's possible he did that, yeah. There was a big controversy once when at one of his shows he tore a Bible and many Poles were not too warm towards that idea. I was in the USA. How come no Sokenzan? I should have a Sokenzan in this version, you're right. I had Castle and I had Castle, forgot to put Sokenzan in the deck. Sokenzan. Aren't you meant to have 17 lands? I think I might be meant to have 19. Take off one land, yeah. Flood it, cut land. Did you not like Castle in the deck? I did like it. Vaguely. But I'm just playing with Dance for this league. You don't activate Den very often. You don't get to 5 very often. It's slightly more untapped than the castle. Although it does enter tapped as land free sometimes for your goblin, and it is actually a bit annoying. Right, need 21 lands, bros. If I knew I'm gonna draw a untapped white source, then you can keep this, but I don't know that, so. Okay, fine hand. Just add Mutavaults. But Mutavault doesn't tap for anything. Well, I mean, it does kind of tap. So it's actually not too
He's a phenomenal
terrible of
control
a suggestion. Probably not
Happy
what I would
birthday,
like
Mr.
to
Streamer.
go
More birthdays to come.
with, but well, of course, with BT, we're not gonna play Mutavault. That would be insane, but. You could actually have two Mutavaults in the deck, yeah. Ha! Idiot. Thank you, Starfall. Thank you, Sedekreme. My birthday is now suddenly happy. It taps for clue tokens. Yeah, it does tap for a little bit. It's not too terrible. No. Greasefang is good. Sure. Although that does seem unrelated to the game at hand. I think I'll crack the clue. Can draw a Giant Killer by now. Or other removal. Parhelion, Greasefang, Isika's Chariot. Greasefang is good. Clearly exquisite. Excellent deck. Just use one Vessel of Nascency, then you always win. Notably, I would have been able to cast this if BTs were... Yeah, BT is also better against Ray. Why not BT? I just cut it. I've been playing with it before. I cut it to play League without it, but honestly, I like the version with BTs a bit more. Just trying different stuff. This should have a second Zan. What card is BTA? It's Bearing 3 Emissary. I am running one Thermod script main, going to 3 Ornithopters and have 2 in the side for Greasefang matchup. I don't even think it's a particularly good card versus Greasefang. I prefer Ending Volleys. It's just better, I think. And the demolition synergy doesn't really matter because you just don't want to... You want to keep your crypt anyways, right? Kind of thinking of playing 19 lands. But I think then I would need to carry Castle Lamberev. Just kind of counter productive. I think Castle Ember has a bigger impact than Den in more games. It's also better BT. Yeah. Maybe Ren's Resolve can help make the deck more consistent. No. Could try Embercleave as well, I guess. I mean, I could, but it doesn't contribute towards... Like, I don't need help there. I lose when I flood or when I... And I flood when I don't have enough effects to make monsters to play my Convokers or I don't draw my Convokers. And Embercleave only helps when I don't draw my Convokers, but I have many monsters anyways. And even then, it's like... You put it on a 1/1, that's not so good, right? You deal how much damage? You deal 3 damage with your Embercleave. That seems nonsensical. And the upside is that you can Gleeful Demolition your thing. What about the card Ramotian Greatsword? It's free to equip. It's vastly unplayable of a rate. But it might be better than Embercleave. Probably not. GG, I was happy to draw well against you. Your deck is everywhere right now. Yeah, it's pretty popular. Is Castle better possible when people bring in sweepers? Not really. Stroke the Flames. It's a card you could play, but I don't think there's a reason to. It's 2 to equip? Really? I was sure it was free. I'll double check because I don't trust you enough. But you probably checked that. It is 2 to equip. What's your birthday plan? I'll finish the stream now. I'll go to Lidl. And then I cook dinner. Eat dinner. And my mom comes later on today. So it's gonna be a hacking Rocky birthday. For what? I don't know. She just called me yesterday and said, "Hey, can I come tomorrow?" And I said, "Sure." And she said, "Yeah, okay, see you tomorrow." So I don't actually know. What am I making for dinner? I don't know yet. So that's why I'm going to Lidl and I'm going to stare at produce and buy some of it. There is also a 4-mana Convoke O-Ring. There is that. You could play that in the sideboard, but not clear. Thank you for the gifted sub, Mr. Chimba. Maybe Wizards will unban KCI for your birthday. Maybe finally. Kurde, no niezła niespodzianka. Star of Flames removes Giganta. It's also that I can deal 4 damage for 4 and Convoke the card, but I could also deal 4 damage to most things that need 4 damage dealt with Rending Volley, and I pay 1 mana, and I will never need to Convoke. I can't Convoke 4 creatures, but I never need to Convoke 3 creatures, so it seems better to me. That said, thank you everyone for the kind words today. Thank you for staring at me playing with this based deck. Thank you for gifted subs. Why doesn't this deck play 8 demos? What's 8 demos? Rending Volley better than Lethal Mounting Barrage. Have you ever played against Greasefang? Demolition has another print. We're not playing Kuldotha Rebirth because it's not Pioneer legal. That's the obstacle. Probably would play it then. Lol, no. I guess if you never play against Greasefang, then you much prefer an instant speed removal against them than a sorcery speed one. And The 5th damage doesn't really matter. Like against the fairy hero, but like I don't know, Blue White probably is gonna even board out the fairy hero against you and it doesn't matter. So see you and go watch Gabriel Nassif stumble upon wins with creativity. Stay hydrated. Throne of God Pharaoh, that sounds funny. Not too good, but funny.